503. There is no doubt that what transpired on January 6th was a dark day. But instead of a good faith effort to reach an objective conclusion, Speaker Pelosi and the House Democrats have placed partisan divisive politics ahead of the interests of the American people. Most fundamental to any objective investigation is being free from political influence and partisan bias. Unfortunately, this resolution fails to meet that basic benchmark as Democrats refuse to put together a truly bipartisan commission with equal authority given to all members, not just the majority. It appears my colleagues are more interested in reaching the predetermined outcome of their own narrative than truly investigating the January 6th attack. The resolution itself is full of charged language that implies an outcome. In fact, 2 bipartisan committees in the Senate have already conducted wide-ranging investigations and issued their joint report. Their report, which is more than 100 pages, outlines a timeline of events and a series of recommendations for moving forward. The architect of the Capitol has also already been given $10 million to investigate the security failures on January 6th. Why are we replicating that work? The Department of Justice and the FBI have already arrested and charged more than 500 people for crimes ranging from disorderly conduct to theft of government property to assaulting a federal law enforcement officer. Those individuals are being adjudicated by the courts as we speak. That process will continue for some time. That's the way it should work. Instead, Democrats are injecting partisanship into the equation, hoping to stretch out an investigation long enough to distract from their abject failure to govern, while the American people are left to suffer the consequences of that failure. While we spend time discussing this partisan committee, American farmers are facing a severe drought, gas prices are going up, inflation is rising, businesses can't find employees, and there's a crisis at the southern border. We need to spend our time finding solutions and helping Americans, not creating partisan commissions to do work that has already been done competently by the U.S. Senate and by law enforcement. Not only would this select committee not prohibit interfering with ongoing law enforcement investigations that are already yielding significant results, it would lack the enforcement powers of those existing investigations. And even worse, Speaker Pelosi would have the ability to handpick the entirety of the committee. If Speaker Pelosi and House Democrats were serious about this, they might have considered acting sooner than 6 months after the fact. The standing committees of this body already have the jurisdiction and the authority to investigate January 6th, and the Speaker could have directed them to open an investigation at any time. But perhaps most important, it is our obligation to the brave men and women of law enforcement who responded to the Capitol and surrounding areas on January 6th, members of the U.S. Capitol Police, the D.C. Metropolitan Police, the National Guard, and the many other state and federal agencies who assisted in restoring order. We owe it to them to ensure that any investigation we undertake is one that is fair, bipartisan, and honorable, absent the ulterior motives and partisan politics that so often plague us. Unfortunately, Madam Speaker, H.Res. 503 falls far short. For that reason, I oppose the legislation, and I urge other members to do so. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Massachusetts.
Madam Speaker, oh my God, I can't believe what I just heard. I mean, my Republican colleagues are talking about the need for bipartisanship. We gave you bipartisanship. Your ranking Republican member on the Homeland Security Committee endorsed a bipartisan commission. And my friends on the other side, including the gentlelady who just spoke, voted no on it. So now they're objecting to a select committee that we are forming that is exactly like the select committee that they formed when they were in charge. Give me a break. This is clear. People should know this. They don't want to get to the truth, but we will insist that we get to the truth. I now yield to the chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, who did such an incredible job in negotiating a bipartisan commission, Mr. Thompson.